Hey everyone, it's Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue, here for today's Cricut Chat. I was going through my calendar last night and looking at all of the different projects that I want to make before the Christmas holiday, and I realized that I hadn't set anything up for Hanukkah, and it starts tonight at sundown. So I wanted to do a quick gift on that, and then I figured, I know I spoke to you yesterday about doing this striped banner. So I figured we could handle doubling up if I don't waste too much time talking. We could double up on some of the projects. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to be doing a smart iron-on versus infusible ink, wine or beverage bag. This is for infusible ink, but I wanted to cut it out in both the smart and the infusible ink to show you how that looks. And we're going to use the Joy, and then we're going to talk about these letters that are striped, that are like really huge. The way that they come in are really, really huge, and I wanted to just sort of talk about how you can change the size of these and how to put them together. So simple, but a lot of people don't understand resizing, so I thought it would be a good lesson to learn. And then tomorrow, it's Friday, and we get to do, a lot of people are giving away ornaments for the for the holidays, right? And by the way, I'm having a little trouble this morning, and I'm not seeing any comments. So if you're talking to me, I'm not seeing any comments. I don't know why. I don't know if I need to press something or whatever, but just so you know, I'm not seeing any comments today, so I'm kind of going a little blind on this one. But anyway, so we're going to do, tomorrow, because of ornaments, we're going to do a quick review of doing glittered ornaments, but the main focus of tomorrow is going to be on making ornament boxes, very similar to this one. This is an ornament box for a disc ornament, and we're gonna do disc and round and show you how to put this together. So if you want to follow along or do this kind of a project, you will need to purchase an SVG. This SVG comes from, the ones where I found them came from Simply Crafty SVG, and there's 4 different sizes, so be careful when you're purchasing them. They're about $2 each, or you can buy them, all 4 of them, for like $7. So it depends on the size that you've got, okay? And then we are going to just press on. I have this incredible schedule coming up for the next 2 weeks, because we're down to 2 more weeks until, right? 2 weeks until Christmas Eve. So we're just going to keep pressing on. So if you miss something because you have to work or something, like something dumb like that, just kidding. If you miss something, definitely check out my YouTube channel. And I will make one plug for my YouTube channel. I'm doing a giveaway on that channel, so that if you make comments, watch, and first of all, if you subscribe and then watch and like or share or whatever, but definitely make a comment on the video. Excuse me. I am going to pick a winner of $50 worth of surprise Cricut stuff at the end of the month. I'm going to pick a winner in a couple of days, and then the winner will receive their winnings, $50 worth of great Cricut stuff. at the end of the month. Okay, so it won't arrive before Christmas, but still it'll be a fun little gift to you. All you have to do is sort of, you know, just get in with my YouTube channel and make sure that you are commenting. That's how I'm going to pick it, is from the comments, okay? And I'm hoping to reach my goal of 10,000. I'm getting real close. It's awesome. Getting real close. So, so I want you to be part of that. It will be a lot of fun. Anyway, so let's get back to the challenge at hand, and that has to do with, we're going to do a, let's see, we're going to use our mini press, and we're going to do this beverage bag. So this is what it looks like. They are on sale and in stock at Cricut.com. They may not come in time for Christmas, but it's definitely worthwhile because I think they're like $3 or $4. And if you're somebody who likes to give, you know, a bottle of wine or a beverage, or you can think of something else, it's really cute. It has like a little drawstring, and it's perfect for Cricut Infusible Ink, which is, it says right here, Infusible Ink. So this is an Infusible Ink project. However, I wanted to also try this, which is regular smart vinyl, on here. And I actually also cut it out in glitter vinyl. I don't think I'm going to do that one, but I cut this out in smart vinyl, and I'm going to cut it out in infusible ink, and I wanted to show you the difference. So here I am. Let's open up my my Design Space on my iPad. I got all of these images just by typing in, I think I just typed in wine. And it pulled up all of these beverage bags. Somewhere it did. It's a little bit problematic. Here's some that are coming up. And so there's a whole bunch here, but there are indeed ones that are specifically for the holidays. So I'm trying to think how I found them, but they are here, and they come in sized pretty much. Here we go. Here's a bunch. And then also, you know, I'm forgetting that under highlighted categories and image sets, there's a whole, there's 2 whole image sets, one for Hanukkah exclusively, and the other for, where is it? So these are the Hanukkah ones. And they have Hanukkah spelled all different ways. Sometimes with a double N, which is, you know, and then sometimes with a double K, and then they have the CH start to it. I don't know which one is right. I'm going to talk to one of my my good friends. I think it's sort of acceptable, all of those different spellings. But then also here, you know, you see there's Thanksgiving, and then there's Christmas ones around here somewhere, or just plain holiday ones around here somewhere. So you just pull these images in. This is what they look like. Most of them, I just didn't change the sign. This one's a little small one. I don't think it's so that, you know, for a different size. I just think that they are, you know, it will fit. So anyway, we're going to focus on this one. I'm going to hide this one. And so we're just going to focus on doing this one. Super easy. I did this one in a super easy time last night. I think it took me 5 minutes. So here it is, and I'm going to be working on my Joy. So I have my Joy connected. Come on, move over, little guy. So I have my Joy connected. It really stinks not being able to talk to you. I apologize. I don't know. Something was going on this morning. But anyway, we're just going to go ahead, and I connected my Joy. And if you don't know how to do that, if you're brand new, you'd have to go to your settings. I'm on my iPad, but you go to your settings where your Bluetooth is, and you connect the Joy here with Bluetooth, which it's already connected. And then we need to, I need to make sure that my machine is set up as Joy, machine selection Joy, and then I can hit make it. Now, in this particular case, we're going to do two different things. This is Smart Iron-On. This is Infusible Ink. The difference between Smart and not Smart, or not labeled specifically as Smart, is that the Smart Iron-On does not need a mat. That's the great thing about the Joy, is that some of the products don't need a mat. So this is a box of Smart Iron-On. I won't need a mat. But for Infusible Ink, you are going to need a mat. So let's do the first one with the Smart Iron-On first. And we're going to choose without mat. And it gives you a preview screen of what it's going to look like. It's sideways, right? So I'm going to hit continue. And then I have to choose the material. So I'm going to choose, I have to go to all materials. I'm going to choose Smart Iron-On. Okay. And let's see, I'm just going to remember this. All right. So now all I need to do is to take my Smart Vinyl, and this side, the glossy side, is the part that becomes the carrier sheet. This part, this plastic. So we need to cut on this side, the matte side. The other thing that we need to do is we need to mirror our image, and I forgot to mention that. So we might have to cancel out of here to mirror the image. Yes. So we need to go back to this page, and we need to go up here to the little section that tells us different things, and we're going to choose the toggle switch mirror, and it's for iron-on. You see that? So it kind of appears backward. So we're going to continue, and we're choosing again the material, which is Smart Iron-On, and we're going to remember the settings. All right. So now you'll see that the Joy is actually blinking. I'm going to take and put my iron-on this way. Now I already used half this roll, so I'm going to be conducting a little bit of an experiment here, because I don't know if I have enough in here. I think I should. But the machine's going to tell me if I don't have enough, and it appears that it is enough. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so then all I have to do is hit go, and it is going to cut out using this Smart Vinyl. Now, to do it with Infusible Ink, you will need a mat. I'm going to use this mat. It's the longer one. I have to take it out of the packaging. Okay, got a brand new mat. Woohoo, there's nothing like a brand new mat. Okay, so with the brand new mat, I'm going to have to take off the little plastic, put it over here, and I might as well get this ready. So here's my Infusible Ink here. And remember, it comes packaged in this sort of a plastic, this black plastic. That's so that it doesn't get wet. And I just need to find my scissors. So if you were able to pick up that Sweetie Pie Honey Bunch Infusible Ink package, you'll be using these smaller ink packages, and what you get there is 2 sheets of Infusible Ink, perfectly sized for using on the Joy, but it can be used on the Explorer too. I'm only going to need 1 sheet, and I'm going to put it with the ink side up onto my mat. So when I'm ready for it, it will be ready. So see that? Put the ink side up. And when my cutting for the for the smart vinyl is done. We can pop this one in, change the setting, and cut two. So anyway, so these would make a really nice gift, and I just love this idea. I know a lot of us don't go out or aren't going out this year, but there's a lot of these different designs, so not just for the holidays. You might want to just consider it for when we get to all go back and be with our friends and our family, and do that kind of fun thing. So there'll be ones that are just general, basic, non-holiday ones too, and I hope that you consider doing them. So here's my one that you can't really see too well, but we're going to weed that. But before we get to weeding, I am going to change this to Infusible Ink. I might have to cancel, actually. I think I will. I'll cancel. I'm going to hit continue. I have to put it on the mat first. And when mirroring, remember that if you change the material size, and if it was mirrored, go back and redo the toggle switch, okay? And hit continue, because we have to put it on a mat. And then we're going to choose Infusible Ink Transfer Sheets. See that? And now we can put this on with the mat in the machine. All right, it's ready. And so I just have to hit go, which is what I'm going to do. And while this cuts out, we can weed, and also we can get our EasyPress Mini, which is slightly out of camera here. I'm going to move this so that we can get our EasyPress Mini ready to go. Let's use this. I just want to move my Mini so that it get ease of use. And I am going to go to my heat guide. Let's see, I need to choose Safari, and I am going to go to my Cricut heat guide right here. And this time I'm going to choose the EasyPress Mini, and I am going to select Smart Iron-On, and I'm going to choose Cricut Blanks Wine Bag. And I hit apply, and it tells me that I need to set my Mini to medium, which is what I'm going to do. So we'll do the Smart Iron-On first, and then we'll switch over to the Infusible Ink for the second one. Okay, so here's the Smart Iron-On. It weeds very simply. And let's see. So here we go. I'm going to, what you can do if you like to save material is that you notice that it doesn't use up all of this material. So I can sort of weed this off and use it for a future project. That's easy. Save that for a future project. And then I've got my weeding tool, and so what I'm going to do is hook onto the corner here and start to peel. You see that? And this is how you weed any kind of iron-on. It's not how you weed Infusible Ink, so I wanted to show you the difference, okay? So iron-on and Infusible Ink are both types of iron-on. However, Infusible Ink is more of like an ink that's on a piece of paper, so it weeds slightly differently. So here I am going through and weeding this, and you just very quickly, you have to just remove the excess, and then let me just do it from the I know I'm not in camera. Hold on just a sec. There we go. All right. So then I don't have to reach. Okay, so we're just weeding off. This is all extra. That's why I cut off some of it, because I didn't need to waste that much material, you know. And we're going to have to get in, up and through all the letters. Let's do that. Okay, so in the A and the U. There we go. Almost done. All right, let's see how it looks. All right, I have to get that inside of that A, but I think it looks pretty good. All right. And I'm going to unload this mat. So this is the infusible ink, and to take it off of a brand new mat, you want to turn it over and sort of bend the mat and not try to rip it off from the mat. Bending the mat, because it is flexible, will keep your product or project in good shape. And your mat in good shape, actually, for that matter. All right, so the way that we do infusible ink, or we weed infusible ink, is not the same way. You can use a little pick if you want to get it started, but the easiest way for me is just to sort of roll this like this. And you see, this is paper. This is paper, and so we're just going to remove all of this. And sometimes these little tiny pieces might come up when you're removing it, so just be careful of that. And we did this before, but actually we just did this yesterday, but I wanted to kind of show you the difference, the weeding difference and application difference, okay? And let me just get this all ready. Making a big pile over here. Okay. Oh, it's a little more weeding than I'm used to, but it's coming along. Maybe if I do it on a flat surface, I won't have so much like little weeding bits that I have to do. There we go. All right. Almost done. Sorry, I should work faster. And these are just the little pieces that are left there, which I can just sort of remove with my fingers. There we go. All right, get in between this A. And that is what the infusible ink one looks like, okay? So here's the iron-on using the Smart Iron-On. It is a thicker transfer sheet, and this one is the infusible ink, which you can't really see the color through here. But I've got my EasyPress, my mini, heating up. So let's go ahead and do the wine bag with this, and then we'll flip it over and do the infusible ink one. I think that should work. All right, so here's my bag, and this is our first one. I have a small mat underneath it. No, you do not need a transfer sheet or Teflon sheet or anything like that for using this. And I'm going to, again, check my guide to see what it tells me. Where's my guide? Here it is. So I'm using the EasyPress Mini. I'm using Smart Iron-On on a wine bag, and I have to preheat for 5 seconds, and then I need to use, let's see, constant movement and light pressure, and then I also have to flip it and do the other side, okay? So I have it on medium. Get out of the way, please. All right, and I have my little mat, so I'm going to preheat it for the 5 seconds that it tells me to. And there's no timer on these, so you just have to kind of guess what 5 seconds is. And you do also have to be moving it constantly, okay? That's how this one works. And put it back in the cradle when you're not using it. And then we can sort of place this where we want it to be, right? Kind of, I like it there. And then I'm just going to get started on this. And I'm going to make sure I hit every spot, and it is 25 seconds. Again, no timer on this. So I just am systematic about it, and I just keep moving it up and down and getting all of the areas, okay? And it is a little bit of a, is it going to stick? Is it not going to stick? But it will. You do need to, I think it says that we need to do a cool peel. Yeah, you do have to wait until it sort of cools off before we can peel it off. And that makes me think that we should do the infusible ink on a separate one, which we can do. All right, I think that's been 25 seconds, and I think I've gotten the entire, I want to just make sure that I got all those little stars. And here we go. So a little bit extra is not going to hurt it, but you do need to allow it to cool. So there is what it looks like. I'm going to let it cool because it's still pretty hot. And then once it cools, I can remove. And also they said we can flip actually and do 15 seconds on the back, which I'll do. I don't know that you could get it on the inside there, but 15 seconds on the back. Let it cool off this little mat, and let me get my other beverage bag out to do the infusible ink on the beverage. So while we're waiting for that to cool, all right. So infusible ink's slightly different because you need to use butcher paper, and we have to check our heat guide for the proper heating for this. So I do have some butcher paper here, and I'm actually going to use some of this butcher paper to line the inside of this wine bag, okay? Because I don't have any cardstock that's cut to fit this, so I'm going to use the butcher paper inside of there, which is a reasonable substitution, by the way. Okay, so here we go. We're getting ready to do this, and here's my butcher paper. And this is all cool, so why don't we peel it for you guys so you can see how it comes off. I peel and like roll it off when I'm peeling. I don't know, it's just how I learned and had the most success. Okay, so that is regular. This is smart vinyl on, and that's not a shadow, by the way, that's just the way my lighting is, but that's smart vinyl on an infusible ink wine bag. I didn't have to use the infusible ink wine bag, but I just had it, so I figured I would use it, okay? So now for the the Infusible Ink Transfer Sheet, I'm going to go back to my heat guide, and I'm going to still choose my EasyPress Mini, but I'm going to choose Infusible Ink Transfer Sheet and then wine bag and then hit apply. So in this case, I need to heat it to high right now, which is the 3 squigglies. You see that? It's only on 2, so I'm going to heat it to high. Wait for a second for that to heat up. And I'm going to preheat for 5 seconds. And then on high, I'm going to do 75 seconds. So that's a good deal more than what we did before. And I just want to make sure this is all nice and clean for when we do this. I know it's going to come out fine, but you know. Oh, it's already heated up. By the way, it feels really weird to not have you guys, my little peanut gallery of comments. So I miss you. And I hope that we can fix this problem. I hope it's not an outstanding issue that doesn't get resolved. Okay. Yeah, there we go. All right, so here's our stuff, but we have to preheat it. Remember, I have my mat, and in here I have my butcher paper, or if you have cardstock, you can use that. And so we're going to preheat for 5 seconds. And that does mean the entire thing, 5 seconds. So give it enough time just to sort of preheat. Preheat is often overlooked, and you know, it's kind of like just get your substrate ready to accept the product or the material. So here we go. Happy Hanukkah. Like this. Yep. And then I'm going to take my butcher paper. This is folded, so I'm going to unfold it. All right, and we're ready to go for 75 seconds. So let's do this. All right, and we do have to move it around. I move it around in like a circular fashion, like this, and I make sure. Sometimes it's a little hard to see, so you know, you can peek and see that you're getting all of those spaces. I have a smaller mat, so I have to kind of move the mat so that everything is getting that heat, right? You can move the mat around like this if you wanted to. I just want to make sure I get everything. And just keep going. 75 seconds is what? A minute 20, a minute 15. I don't think it's been quite that yet. Let's just peek. It looks like it's lifting, but I want to make sure I get these parts here at the top. Would kind of stink if none of those one of those stars don't show up. Let me move this a little bit. I want to get this side too. Ooh, it's hot. Careful. As I do it, I tell you to be careful. So, you notice I'm moving it, but I'm keeping that piece very, very steady. I'm just moving this, okay? So I don't want to kind of move my stuff here. I just want to move my little mini. And yes, Susan, this is my new mini. I had to get my mini replaced because it was sometimes not heating up. It would like turn itself off. And that kind of stunk, so I had to return that to get a new one. All right, I think we did the 75 seconds, so let me just kind of peek here. It looks like it has worked, but I kind of want to just make sure that it did. I feel like it needs a little tiny bit right here. And that's okay. You know, you guys, you'll do better, and you'll keep an eye, maybe have a timer that you can keep nearby, or if you work in the kitchen, you could do this at the kitchen table for sure. Keep an eye on the clock. I don't have a clock out here that has second hands. I'm gonna have to fix that. Okay, I think that's plenty, and let's give it a second to cool off. And oh, look, it didn't work on this end. I gotta go back. This is the cool thing about the mini, is that I can go back and make sure. It's kind of thick there, so I want to make sure that I get that H. Come on, H. You can do it. All right, let's try that again. All right, I think I need a little bit more on the Hanukkah part. Maybe I didn't spend a lot of time on that. So I just want to make sure this comes out really good so you guys can see how lovely Infusible ink is, because it really is lovely. And you can indeed use your mini with it. It's just, it's a little bit different because you have to move the mini around. And it's a little more flawed because it's not even heat like from an EasyPress, which all of the heat comes on at the same time, you know? So let's see. All right, maybe a little overkill. Maybe not, I don't know. Just gonna leave it here. Don't move it around so much, Rita. All right. Yeah. Okay. Ready? Ready, Freddie? Let's do this. Right, see, so there, but it looks a little, still looks a little bit kind of light. So I'm going to keep working this because I can, and I haven't moved it off of the material. So I'll just keep working this. So in this case, I really like the boldness of this, and this one didn't come out nearly as bold, but so this might be an opportunity like to do smart vinyl instead of infusible ink. I don't know. I'm interested in hearing what you guys have to say about it. And sorry, I just being very particular about it. Hanukkah. Come on, H. All right. Okay. Well, I think that I've spent a lot of time on this, so I think this is as good as it gets, I think, for this one. You can kind of tell when it's worked because it gets sort of like wavy. But see, it didn't erase the ink here. Interesting. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on my regular EasyPress and see if we can't get it better for that. But while we're doing that, let me switch to the other project, and that is this striped, candy cane striped Merry Christmas banner. Okay, so I want to go to that. And I'm going to my projects in the cloud, and here is the project that I want to talk about. So this Christmas banner is very, very large, and the way that it cut, if you just pull it in from Design Space, this is how big the letters are. So super huge. And most of us don't have these enormous homes to hang up. This is just the Mary. I can't even get it all into the camera shot. So this is how it comes in. These letters are what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're about 7 inches tall. And you can find them. I'll show you where to find them. But when they come in this big. So we're going to go to images and highlighted categories. And I believe this one is in a set called Merry and Bright. I think it's this set. Let's just check. Yeah, here. So here it is. So you would choose it and bring it in. Now, this is how big it comes in. I'll change this, but this is how it comes in, and it's sort of a little deceiving because when it comes in like this, you can't sort of understand or wrap your head around, or at least I couldn't, the size here. Okay, and this is a very large size, 7 inch, and it's hard, especially on an iPad, to sort of figure out, is this going to cut out to the size? Well, I know that it cuts out very large. So what I decided to do was change the size here. And you could do it in 2 different ways. You can either ungroup. This is what I would do, but other people might do it differently. You can either just make it smaller by it's still in the group, right? And just make it smaller and kind of see, oh, okay, that seems like a good size. Or if you're kind of like me and you want to know exactly the size, what I did was I ungrouped, and then I started making sure the letters were sort of piled together. And that way, I could kind of get a feel for how big the letters in general are going to be, if that makes sense. So here I am piling these letters up into a pile because I want to see how they look or how they're sized. Now, a lot of people might say, well, that's kind of a little too much work. But for me, it was a lot of paper, and I used my glitter paper. Okay, come on. I used my glitter paper, so I wanted to make this into a pile like this. And you see that it's the way they achieve the stripe is through this part here is the glitter, the red glitter that I used, and this part was the white cardstock. So by kind of putting it in a pile and then regrouping it, I could control the size, if that makes sense. And I would know exactly what the size is by... So, okay, one more. Come on. All right, here we go. So by grouping it like this, I know it's sort of, you're not going to be able to see it on the screen, but what I'm doing is sort of making sure that they're all sort of together, and then I'm going to group the entire thing, and then I can choose edit and see about the height. So this one says it's 8 inches high. That's a lot, and I haven't got them all completely stacked correctly, but so I would honestly, this would look better at maybe halfway. So you could change this to about 4.5 inches high, and it would produce and you can ungroup actions. Ungroup, and it would produce a smaller letter than what you have there. So, you know, just quickly thinking about it, you know, before you go and cut out something really, really huge, it's often easier to cut it out smaller and see if that is going to work for you. Maybe you want a really huge banner, but to be frank, I mean, this banner is so huge that I don't know where I'm going to put it. Maybe you're going to make it for like a school or a nursing home or something, and that would be great. But if you're just going to do it for your home, this size is way too big. Okay, so now I heard my EasyPress has done, or is woken up, or all heated up. So let's just hit this with my EasyPress, okay? I'm going to check my heat guide. And what I'm going to do there is I'm going to change it to EasyPress 2. And I'm going to choose Infusible Ink Transfer Sheet and Wine Bag and hit apply. And it says 385 for 60 seconds. So that's what we'll do, even though we already did it. We already did it quite a bit. Actually, it's an odd shape, but this, I put it on for 40 seconds, and I want to make sure that the entire thing is going to get hit with that heat. And that's the difference, I suppose, with the EasyPress Mini. A smaller piece might have worked better because I wasn't having to like move it all over the place. So that's, you know, you live and you learn. And, you know, so if you need a reason to get both, remember the t-shirt that we did on Monday where we had that one little piece? That would have been perfect for the mini. And then it would have kept my, my shirt looking really, really crisp. But I had to go back using my EasyPress, regular EasyPress. So here we go. Let's just give it a couple of seconds more. Yeah, it looks so much better. Oh my gosh, you guys. All right. Yeah, it looks so much better. And actually, it's sort of lifting from the substrate. And look, the letters are actually darker. And I could actually, I'm being picky. I know I'm being picky here, but I'm just going to go back. It's that darn H over there. Did I turn it off? No. Okay. I'm just being picky about it. But you can tell it really fully works when the letters no longer have any ink or color in it. Okay. And so an example over here, that's really white, or I don't want to say no color, but it has just a shadow of color there. Come on, we can do this. All right. I think I'm being picky at this point, but here we go. Much better. All right, so here we are. Here are the two different ones we've got. We've got this one, which is done with Smart Vinyl, iron-on vinyl. And this one, which is done with Infusible ink, both being done on the, using the Joy and the EasyPress Mini, and also I used the larger one. But there, it's sort of a decision on which kind would you like. Now, because this isn't an item that you're going to be wearing, I honestly like this one better because it just looks better and I don't have to worry about it being washed and all of that stuff. But I think I prefer the Infusible ink because when you look at it, it's really on there. Nothing's going to come off. It's not going to crack or anything. And you can actually feel this is the Smart Vinyl. This is the Infusible ink. All right. So that is my demonstration for today. I know it's kind of all over the place, but thank you so much for sticking with me. And we will see you again tomorrow. Remember, we're going to be doing just a quick review of how to do a glitter ornament, the inside, because a lot of people are wanting to know about that. And then also we're going to make those ornament boxes, these ornament boxes. So if you want to follow along, go to Simply Crafty SVG and purchase the box size. There's 4 different ones. Purchase the box size that you want to use, that you happen to have a lot of the ornaments for. And this is a really great box. It's a nice design. It even has a little rest place in the bottom for the ornament, so it stands up. So that's it. Just a reminder, if you're not already following me on YouTube, please, please, please. I am so close to my 10,000. Don't mean to beg, but I'm begging. I'm so close, and I really want to hit that goal for Christmas. And it looks like it's going to happen, but they tell me I should always mention it. Thank you all. And remember that there is a prize if you do, if you go to YouTube, subscribe, and comment on one of my videos. Thank you, everyone. I hope you have a lovely day, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Take care. Sorry I couldn't see your comments today.